Hello, my name's Jack. Welcome to my new YouTube channel, Worth the Spin. The idea behind this channel, originally, was I would just pick an album out of my record collection and say, hey, I'm going to talk about this today. It's a little background on the band, a little history about the recording of the album, maybe some sales figures, what was popular about it, what people liked, what they didn't like. And in the end, the question would be, is this album worth the spin? So would it be worth you if you found this somewhere, new or used? Hopefully you're shopping used. And you came across it, and you would go, I wonder if this album's worth spending my money on. And maybe, just maybe, you would go, hey, I seen that really badly done video by that guy online who said this is a good album. Maybe I'll get it. That was kind of the idea behind this channel. After a couple of bad starts, eBay ban or Facebook bans, and 13,000 videos that I went back and looked at and go, ooh, man, that looks goofy. I don't think I know what I'm doing here. I kind of scrapped it all. So I'm starting again from scratch. So this is my first video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you'll come back for the next one, whenever that is. And I hope you'll like this video. So give it a like. If not, don't give it a like. So, we're going to talk about the Beatles. So, like I said, originally it was talking about, I would talk about just pull a record out of a collection, and we'd talk about it in different bands, stuff of that nature. But I decided, all I really listen to anymore is the Beatles. I have lots of records, and I listen to a lot of different stuff, and I love a lot of different bands, a lot of different genres and music and stuff. But in the end, anymore, the only thing that I'm really spending my time on is listening to my Beatles albums. Especially after earlier this year, me and my wife were blessed enough to go to England and to Liverpool and visit a lot of the Beatles sites. The homes, the Cavern Club, stuff of that nature. I stopped by a record store in between London and Liverpool and got almost an entire Beatles catalog to bring back home with me. My goal going there was to get a full Beatles catalog, all the albums, singles, and EPs. Didn't work out that way, but I came back with probably about a 87% complete collection. And I've slowly picked a few more up from a couple of trades with people and from eBay buys. I got lucky and watched some eBay auctions and just... It's like, wow, nobody's bidding on this or bidding on it. It's like $5. That's odd. And looked into it, asked requested pictures, matrix numbers and stuff. And this stuff all turned out to be really good original copies, which is what I'm looking for, original pressings. So I've built up now to probably about a 92% complete Beatles catalog from the UK, which I'm very proud of. I listen to that far more than I do my American albums now. I don't really listen to the American albums since I've gotten the UK ones. I love the mono sound. I just love the setup of the albums, the songs, the orders are in, and all that kind of stuff. So I really have not gone back to the American ones. I did get a few of the reissue mono pressings of the American ones. I love the American albums. I cannot, because when I got into the Beatles, that's what we had. I lived in America, that's what we got. The Capitol ones, so that's what we listened to. And I listened to a lot. I wore out a lot of records. My first introduction to the Beatles was probably around 73, early 74. My two sisters came over. Didn't like the kind of music I was listening to. My parents listened to a lot of country, so hillbilly stuff. So that's what I listened to because that's what I grew up with. That's what I knew. They came over one day and they're like, we're tired of you listening to this stuff. We're going to give you a couple of records. We want you to listen to those and start listening to something different. And one of them was the Monkees, the Monkees' Greatest Hits, which was had a chimpanzee on the cover. And it really appealed to me because I was a big fan of Planet of the Apes at the time. And it had this chimpanzee on the cover. So that really appealed to me. The other was the Beatles. It just came out. They just bought it and they were giving it to me. It was 1967 through 1973. So I listened to the Monkees first because the chimpanzee, and I was a fan of Planet of the Apes. I liked it. Thought it was really good. And then I put the Beatles on. I listened to that and I was blown away. By the time I got through the first side, Totally blown away. My life changed forever. Since then, I've been listening to nothing but the Beatles. When I started collecting back then, they were on the purple label, orange and the purple label. That's what all my early albums were. And then when I got out of school, got to working a job, and had money, I started searching for the original pressings. Yard sales, flea markets, church bag sales, stuff like that. Places where I found them, and used to find them quite a bit. I could always go to a yard sale and find 4, 5, 6, 8 McCartney singles lying around, some John Lennon ones, stuff like that. It was really easy. Going to a used record store back in the early 80s, Beatles albums were not hard to find. They were all over the place, especially after John's passing. They were everywhere. They were not hard to get. So I built up pretty much a complete collection of all the albums. As a group and solo singles, I had a lot of really good stuff and a lot of really rare pressings at the time. Life is life. Things happen. And years ago, I had to get rid of lots of stuff. And one of the things, unfortunately, was my enormous Beatles collection I had at the time, including all those awesome, sweet pressings that I had. So life goes on. It is what it is. I listened to CDs like most people for most of my life because that was the thing. Records died out. You get busy in life. You change interest. Some things that were so important aren't quite as important anymore. Things change. You're in different times, different situations, circumstances. You don't stay up with things. So, I got the CDs and listened to the CDs. The Beatles have always been on my playlist for my entire life. I don't think a day has gone by when I have not listened to a Beatles album, CD, or cassette. And I can't imagine a time that I will never listen to the Beatles. Now, I've gotten back into vinyl again. My wife got me a turntable a few years ago. We got me one of those Crosley suitcase things, and just kind of feeling out the whole record thing again if I want to go down that path again. And I was like, wow, I remember putting that needle down on that vinyl and listening to that slight little crackle and going right into the music. Like, wow, man, I sure missed that. First, I was like, man, this is 3, 4, 5, 6 songs. I got to flip it over, get up and go flip it over. I forgot what work this was to listen to records. Now, I'm back into it so well that it's like, hey, I don't even notice when it's time to flip it. I can't wait to flip it again so I can listen to the other side now. So it's awesome to be back into the fold of the vinyl world, which I've been for a few years now, and definitely back into collecting Beatles. I have a full collection of U.S. pressings, both mono and stereo, and I have a complete collection of UK pressings, not all first pressings, unfortunately, minus Yellow Submarine. That one still eludes me because it is stupid money. I could probably get a 4th or 5th pressing for $60 or something somewhere, but I'm trying to get first pressings because that's what I want. So, still working on that, and as this channel goes on and hopefully survives and with the times, and more people like it, and it seems like it's worth doing, that people are getting some kind of entertainment out of it, not just me talking to myself, then we'll do lots of different things. I would like to go through all the albums, all the Beatles albums as a group, into their solo careers and talk about those. So when we run out of Beatles as a group and solo, then we might be going to the, hey, here's a Van Halen fair warning. Here's what I know about this album. Here's why I think you should buy it. I'm not going to tell you I think you should buy any of the Beatles ones because that's no-brainer. And if you're watching this, you've either stumbled on it on accident or you're a Beatles fan and you saw Beatles in the description and said, I want to check this out because I'm a Beatles fan. So I don't need to tell you that you need to buy any pressings of the Beatles. You know, if it says the Beatles on there, it's worth buying. So let's move on. So for today's video, we're going to look at an item that I got in the mail today. So this year's record store day included a couple of Beatle things. One was a repressing anniversary record store day edition, whatever you call it. I Want to Hold Your Hand. I saw her standing there. I got that. I got lucky because I had to work And I found a shop that had one, and I got it, and I'm happy to have that. The other item that I really wanted, because I have the little mini record player that plays the 3-inch records that they did last year for Record Store Day, which was, I missed, because every store I called said we didn't get any, and I was allowed it, so I only got one or two, and then half those record stores popped up on eBay. With them on eBay, and then it said quantity on hand, or whatever it is that it says, 10 plus. So that tells me that obviously they lied and they just wanted to put it on eBay. It's my personal opinion, and I'm trying to keep my personal opinion out of things other than music. So anyway, this year they did another Record Store Day Beatle 3-inch, and it's All My Loving. And I thought, man, I wish they would do more. You know, this is the last of the ones that needs to be done to finish up from last year for the songs that they played on Ed Sullivan the first time they played there. And I was hoping that they would do more of these. Because I got it, I didn't buy it, I did a trade for a Taylor Swift record at a crazy value. Some of you know, some of her pressings just go for stupid money, and I don't understand that. But, so I had one and it was going for stupid money, and somebody had this, and they were wanting stupid money. I'm like, hey, are you interested in this album in a trade? And they said, oh yeah, I can sell that a lot quicker than I can the Record Store Day Crosley Beatles record player with the 3 mini records. So we did a swap. I was happy with it because I had a couple of copies of that album, different versions, but just the same thing. Just she does different covers. Maybe adds one song on. It's an acoustic version or whatever, and everybody has to buy that. And then some of them are a little harder to get. So anyway, long story short, I traded for that. So I was glad to have it. It's really cool. I do wish that you could hook speakers into it itself and do it, but it's Bluetooth, so you have to do it through Bluetooth and kind of either do it through earphones basically, or the Bluetooth through my receiver. And I think it'd be better if they just one little hole's all they had to do for as much as they charged for it originally. Could have made a little speaker hole in the back, plug in a little wire for one little tiny speaker or whatever, and got some sound from it that way instead of doing the Bluetooth thing. But I digress. So this year they did another 3-inch one. I was hoping they would do more because they gave you a nice little carrying case with that. And I thought, man, it'd be cool if you got enough of the little records to all the 45s that came out in the U.S. and you could fill that with those. That'd be really nice. But they just did the 3, and now this year they've done another. A 4, and now this year they've done a 5th. So I missed it, and I finally found a place to have it, and it's called Luna. It's a little record store in Columbus, Ohio, and they had it for shipped $20 more than what it was retailing for on RSD Day. So I was pretty happy with that. That's not crazy stupid like you see on eBay, but I like that I paid retail for it. Who doesn't want to pay retail for something? So I have it here. It came in the mail today. There's a story behind that too, but you probably don't want to hear that. So I don't like to do unboxing videos or nothing like that because they're very boring. Because they spend 10 minutes just, this is the box. If you look at the box, I don't do that. But I wanted to open it up on camera. So I've already made the little slit in it. Cut that seal loose. Did that upstairs. My mom don't like me playing with knives, so I made sure she was at work before I cut that open. Let's open this up. I do like the box. The box is really cool. It's got a bunch of tickets on the back for Beatles concerts. I think that's pretty sharp. It's got this picture that we've all seen a billion times of them with the American flag. That's pretty cool. And then it does... this shows you what it looks like on the front. Shows you what it looks like on the back. Nothing exciting. I would have liked to have had more little miniature records and not so much another carrying case. The carrying case is fine, but I've got the one that came with the first one. So I don't need 2 carrying cases to carry my 5 little mini 3-inch records in. But apparently, Apple feels that I do. But let's face it, all this stuff is a money game for them anyway, so how much can you make off of it? Alrighty, this is the plastic bag. Whew, so look, snacks. Give you a little bitty snack packet there to chew on. We'll eat that later. Plastic bag we don't need. Alrighty, so it's pretty much the same as last year's. It's just looks like it's a beige color. Last year's was a nice bright yellow. Yellow's my favorite color. This is the front, and this is just, you know. And I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there on this, and I haven't looked up a lot of them to see what they got to say. I mean, there's not much to say about this. It's just a little miniature case with no 3-inch record. Interesting. Well, let's check that out again here. We have a plastic bag with nothing in it. We have a piece of styrofoam with nothing in it. Styrofoam with nothing in it. Snack pack for later on. And an instruction manual that has nothing in it. And folks, that's it. I did not get a 3-inch version of All My Lovin' to go with mine. Yep, it's not sitting up there. I'm just checking. I didn't drop it in the floor. It's not taped to the box anywhere. Let's check in here one more time, shall we? There's nothing in there. So it looks like Jack has been bamboozled. So for $80, I got an empty carrying case for a 3-inch record that I didn't even get in my Beatles thing. And it was sealed. But these seals are easy. I even picked this seal off myself right here so it wouldn't be slit, and I was going to fold it back down. And that way it looks like it hadn't been opened just for display purposes. But it was ripping the box just a tad bit, so I decided to flop it back down and cut it. The other one I did that, I just peeled it and it came right off. Took the stuff out, I peeled it back on. Alright, so that's the end of this video, it looks like. I was hoping to show you the 3-inch version of All My Lovin', but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to show you my nice, pretty little Beatles carrying case for a record I don't have. Not going to lie, color me confused. So I'll be contacting this company and asking them where my my record is. Carrying case with 3-inch record of All My Lovin'. Double checking. I might have missed something. This is not an eBay buy. This is from an actual store, Luna. And, well, Luna, if you happen to come across this, and because it's going to take me a week or so to get this up online, you're going to be getting a call from me. I'm a little confused why I don't have my record. So this should be a good story. Alrighty. And they're sold out, so there's no exchanges going on here. Alright, hey, thanks for watching my first video. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed looking at my nice, pretty little $80 empty record carrying case. It will hold nothing because I have nothing to put into it. Well, I do have the other ones upstairs, but they're in the other expensive little plastic carrying case. It looks just like this, except for it being yellow. So as far as an exciting first video I was hoping to do, since all the other videos were kind of looks like I did a kind of video. Alright, hey, thanks for watching this video. If you watched it, give it a like if you liked it. And hopefully come back and watch the next one I do. And maybe the next one, maybe I'll have a little 3-inch record I can show you to go in this box. Or maybe I'll be really upset and complaining that the fact that they told me tough nookies on this. Just checking the box again. Yeah, you don't get much emptier than that. Well, sit back, put on some vinyl, if you get one, and enjoy, my friends.